not only is this for survival, but also for honor, because Hito said a lot of things over at the panel.
We didn't have captions for that, but they're quite heated.
Yeah. Oh. There's a pull by Yelly Hayes. A lot of push and pull between these two, between even Chaknu as well. Well, there's a quick take by Ryzen. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the nerf on the Julian is not exactly a nerf. They actually scaled him up so that his cooldowns are much better late game. But then again, how do you get to the late game?
Well, I mean, one of the best things about it is just the disengage. So you can keep disengaging as much as you can, and you know, hope you get to the late game, because one of the things about Smart Omega is just getting to their timers. I mean, we brought up the question last week, is there still, like, what is the new timer for Smart Omega? Is it 16 minutes? Is it 18 minutes? I mean, either way, there's still some magic for them that's working here in this season.
Speaking of magic, that magic center is going to add some timers, but there's a knock-up. Renegade, he's fine, very confident. There's also a change on Masha's life bars and life steal, if you guys check the patch. I'm liking that Fredrin versus Masha matchup. Yeah. There's nothing that can happen up there.
Yep, it's a pure dead lane. One of them might be able to punish the mistakes of the other, but it just looks, that looks bleak. It's just, they're just gonna be smacking each other, fight and it's forever. Like, exactly. It's a fight forever kind of scenario. But Renegade!
Oh, there's 3 of them. There's the enhanced chains. In goes 3 of them. El Piso too late. Cannot rescue the Hitman. Ryzen draws first blood.
That was a great layering of just the little bit of CC that they had. I mean, it wasn't anything major, but they found the pick. Now they're going to be working on the turtle here. I don't think it's going to go right into the hands, though, of Smart Omega. They're going to have to fight for this one. Downside is El Piso doesn't have the level 4 just yet, so let's see if they can contest it.
Oh, another enhanced chains. This Lolita not going to be long for the world, unless Kaizen has something to say about it, taking out the Mamba. Down goes El Piso, finally knocked out by the Barangay Captain, and there's the Paramis. Oh, the counter. Kaizen coming in clutch, pulling a page out of H2's book.
That was a tremendous play by nxpe evos. A great call by Kaizen and Yelly Hayes to not join the bulk of the nxpe members, but they went to the back line where Chapnu was, of course, he'd be waiting in that position to eventually come in with a massive fatal links. With Chapnu down, the retreat for Omega looked bleak. nxpe sandwiched them. nxpe gets kills. They take the turtle. Great play there by nxpe.
Yeah, just those decisions adding up here for nxpe to, and it's only 3 minutes in the game, right? But it was Smart Omega, after making that play up top, they could have easily snowballed off that, and nxpe did a great job stopping that from happening. And there, again, it's pretty even across the board, but you can see them putting focus on these gold laners, which was a key to victory. Protect Donut. The same thing is happening here for Kelra. So now it's just, once again, it's up to these roamers, Chaknu as well as El Piso, to find these moments for whichever lane they can, or just wait for those objectives, because with both of these types of junglers, you know, you have Ryzen on this Julian pick, has the mystery shop's going to be looking for that scaling, or you have Kaizen, right? He's playing this Paquito with the killing spree. It's going to be a bloodbath either way, but also the objectives are super important for both teams.
We're about 45 seconds away from the second turtle of the game. nxpe evos scored the first one. Again, through that clutch play that Renmar so eloquently explained, going into the back line. Can Omega protect that once more? I'm not so sure if Chaknu's ready, because again, Atlases take a while. We're not really so sure that an Atlas can find its target. Much like this, perfect match out looking for Kaizen. Doesn't find its mark. And again, another footsies play here in mid between Omega and nxpe evos.
Yeah, and both teams just trying to control the tempo of the game, the rotations, and the map. Both gold laners still trying to farm up. Donut going for the endless battle first. Ryzen already picking up the Genius Wand, so expect a spike in damage here by what will be a damage build, magic damage build, Julian for Ryzen.
He's swimming and he's eating good. He has that mystery shop, which should come in to help with the CDR, help him scale in the late game. I'm answering my own questions. But wait, look at this Kaizen coming in clutch. And there's a piece of 3-man Numinal Blast, but he's going to go down unless Ryzen goes first. He survives, given the cold altar, and now Omega's calling for the back. Chaknu's out, Renzio gets the ult in, but it's not going to secure the Lord, because Kaizen is going to take this. nxpe evos with a clear win.
Well, he gets, so they grab the turtle here. What a play. Again, the micro decisions that's coming out from nxpe. But even so, Smart Omega, the whole way that kind of unfolded for them. I mean, look how long Renzio even lasted there. during that fight with 3 members on him, if they can continue to just take it to Omega timers if they want to. Kelra hasn't been in the fight yet. That's really what they're banking on here. But still, I mean, they've given up 2 turtles at this point, and nxpe is looking good in objective.
Yeah, bottom lane could be a big fight here.
Oh, another Numenon blast. Nobody
Chaknu.
home. Chaknu finding that Lolita, and there's a Fatal Links plus an enhanced chain, and El Piso bites it. Down goes Yelly Hayes as well. Ethelmax scores the kill. That's Omega swimming it back.
And yeah, it's gonna be a story about who gets the dream setup. It's setup versus setup. Will it be Chaknu? Will it be El Piso? Back in the turtle, it was El Piso. Now in the comeback play, it was Chaknu. So this might also end up becoming a question of who pulls the trigger first and who can make the most out of it. One misstep, one delayed reaction of dealing damage to the setup that your roamer is able to do might be costly. So far, both teams, every time El Piso or Chaknu set something up, they're ready to respond.
Yeah, I like that you pointed that out because, I mean, there's so much relying on the roamers to find those angles, find those setups like you mentioned. They both can play around with the flicker as well. But at the same time, the one upside here for nxpe to drag those fights out a little bit longer is, again, Yelly Hayes on this Faramis pick, having that Colt Alter available to them. So the thing is, does Smart Omega have enough damage output to kind of even that grounds? Or if they even get caught...
Oh, there's another one. It's a one-man Fatal Links, but they pop the Colt Alter just as quickly, and it's all good for nxpe evos. No one has fallen quite yet, and Omega pulls the trigger on quite a few ults. They're gonna back off. Turtle already spawned.
It's gonna be a big fight here. Omega use some of their ultimates in that scenario, but nxpe evos still actually in a good condition to contest this well. Could be an even bigger fight. Whose ultimate is going to get off cooldown first? With Omega staying back, it seems like they might not have the firepower.
There's a knock-up on the Hitman. Kaizen gets a turtle one more time. Renegade in between 5 members of Omega, and they are done. Again, the cooldowns did come in clutch for Omega, and nxpe evos happy to walk away.
So clean sweep on the turtles for nxpe. And again, you can see just, I mean, there's a lack of damage on Smart Omega. They do have CC, they have the knockups. We're seeing it with the enhanced chains, but unfortunately, even when Yelly Hayes uses that Colt Alter, you get past that kind of extra health bar to work with. You don't have actually the damage right now to turn those into kills, to turn things around. And so what we're seeing is a slow snowball starting for nxpe. Let's take a look at the items, Renmar.
All still relatively close. El Piso actually building the immortality first. So Omega might be a little bit more careful with making El Piso their first target. Like if he's going to be able to get caught out. Already one Guardian's helmet on the side of Renegade. Let's see if he'll build multiple. It's a favorite build for a lot of matches.
3. The 3 helms.
Oh, missing the tip there of the Luminal Blast.
Yeah, and didn't have a flicker to commit. Oh, they already forced a Blacklist out of Etomax. So the next sequence, it's a relatively quick cooldown, so Etomax might have it back. The next time they see each other in a fight, 50 seconds until the Lord spawns. So just more for control, just waiting for Kelra to build up a little bit more items, a little bit more damage. Still very close, roughly around a 400 to 700 gold difference between the 2 gold laners with Donut in the lead.
Yeah, and you know, this is kind of what you expect with these 2 lineups, right? I mean, this has been very, actually, just objective focus for both teams. Now, Smart Omega, on the other hand, if they can't get a catch or if nxpe can't get a catch, they just kind of back off, reset, and then they're going to wait for the next objective coming up, which is this time, it's going to be the Lord. And with 3 turtles going in the hands of nxpe, actually pretty easily, I would say it was pretty easy for them to take. Smart Omega has to be careful on how they approach that. Now, like you just mentioned, El Piso does have that immortality. They've got to work around that, but at the same time, we haven't seen both gold laners really, or specifically Donut yet, do what he has to do on this Clint because he's just scaling. He's kind of in vacation mode. He's also just living the good life right now, if you will, on the Clint. But the thing is, as you start to fight Smart Omega around these kind of areas, these objectives, especially Lord.
Oh my goodness.
There's the damage.
Oof.
As I was saying, he had vacation mode to farm up.
Oh, wait, they had a different plan. He tried to sandwich the El Capitan and the Renegade, like a true hitman that he is, finds Etomax, taking him out of the equation. equation. It's a 5v4 on the first Lord.
Ooh, what a call there by Renegade and the rest of nxple evos. They saw the black shoes go away onto Etomax and they said, let's go after Lilia.
That's a fatal links, not yet committed by Chaknu. They're still here, they're still standing. Oh, Renzio taken down. It's Elpizo gets the kill, and now it's 3v5, and nxple evos more than happy to oblige. Right, is still forcing it, and hand sword out.
Oh, looks like Omega want to go a little bit more for the mid lane tower. They back off. Can they actually get this Lord? It's going to be difficult.
Oh, there's the Stampede pull by Yelly Hayes. All this while, Kaizen was just so focused. First Lord goes over nxple evos.
Tremendous control there by Omega. Knowing with Lilia down, even if Chaknu would be able to get a massive fatal links in, it might not actually amount to anything, so they extended that. Yes, it meant nxple evos would be able to get the Lord, but also credits to nxple evos not giving Omega the right look and the right timing to make sure to allow Chaknu to get a good fatal links in. Because again, Chaknu's also looking at the fact that Yelly Hayes and Donut both have purifies. If Chaknu tries to go in with the fatal links, they both have it, they pop those abilities, that fatal links is going to amount to nothing.
And not only that, but Elpizo's positioning and just blocking pretty much all the damage. Here we go. They're going to charge up.
Let's do it again. Renegade takes down Etomax. 2-0 currently. The captain and the hitman. It's so hard to be OMG right now.
Again, Elpizo, the positioning is phenomenal this game, and he's doing so much for the team here in game number 1.
Oh, Chaknu finds Renegade. I don't know why I said Captain Weird the last time, but this is Omega on full defense mode. Again, we were talking about where the damage can come from. Yes, they can fight a lot. Yes, they can sustain, but without Etomax and without Kelra, even Ryzen's going to start to feel the pressure.
Yeah, of course, they're going up against the Faramis with that cult altar, so time now for Omega to defend, just turtle it a bit, and by turtle I mean, yeah, just defending, stay in base, stay safely as possible. Watch out for the surprise setups, because again, going up against a Faramis, and I know Omega are very familiar with this, they really need to get their timings right. Looking at the junglers, it's close to a 2,000 gold lead now for the Paquito. Crazy amounts of burst, Bloodlust Axe, Hunter Strike, Malefic Roar as well. And on the side of Ryzen, built up all the way up to a Feather of Heaven. Once he gets his 4th item in, I think that's when we'll really start feeling it.
What are they thinking here? Conceal play, spots out Chaknu, force him out of that bush. Now it's Renzio's turn. Oh, there's the news on blast. Cancelled by Renzio with a taunt. And now it's Omega looking to swing back. Can they do it? Etomax dropping those shadow energies. Renegade thinking twice about this engage. Yelly Hayes cancels the pull. And we're back to square 1.
Going back to square 1, and you know, Omega just needs to even get this tier 1 turret down in the mid lane if they can. They're really looking for some type of pick, but it's so difficult here. I mean, your clear target would most likely be Donut, but Donut's been taken care of exactly what they had to do for this key to victory for game 1 here, or actually for the whole entire series.
That's the Elpizo effect.
Yeah, Elpizo effect.
Try the esports guest in the MLBB client and be like the nxpe and get Fierce Tiger Cho.
Oh, Renzio checks that bush. He's able to catch a lot of it with the passive. And now Kelra with the heavy crossbow.
Renegade.
No one goes down. Renegade wants to take him down, but it's Etomax who falls first. Renzio! Oh, God. The hitman gets his mark. And that's 2 down for Smart Omega. nxple evos makes a beeline to the Lord.
This is the sharpest nxple evos we've seen. A nxple evos with their backs against the wall, knowing that they need to win this match to keep their playoff hopes alive. They are taking it to Omega with the debut of Elpizo. Sharp, objective team fighting, and team fighting overall. They are getting closer and closer to victory, but Omega have the right tools for a defense.
This is, I mean, in other words, this is clean. That we haven't seen nxpe play
Pristine.
so cleanly. I mean, usually even when they're winning some of the games, it's kind of chaotic in a way, you know, some of the way that they turn things around, or they even backdoor win games. But right now, this is just straight up at your face for Omega, and it's nxpe doing it. Like you said, what a performance coming out from Elpizo himself, and now they've got a Lord to matter to deal with on the top side. They're going to be looking in the mid.
Fatal links onto 1. Elpizo gets caught with the chains and the link.
Got immortality.
Pops the immortality, but he's fine. That's a lot spent for 1.
Yeah.
Not even a true kill. Oh, here's a concealed play. Who are they going to find? What are they trying to do here? And they're forced into their base.
Yeah, they're just sending them back to make a little bit more room for the Lord, and nxpe getting turrets across the map.
Looking on blast. No one home. Renzi's going to go down. Renegade gets him. And this Lord swinging away at this inhibitor. Down it goes. Donut scores the take. Mid is also in jeopardy. Oh, looks like they want to take this. Oh, but there's no minions. Oh, it's just crumbling all right before their eyes, Smart Omega.
Things are looking hazy for Omega. Next play, Eva's just staring at them in the mid lane. Who's going to pull the trigger first?
Donut, let me tell you.
Donut grabs it.
Bang, bang.
They're still going. Renegade comes in with a thunderclap. Kelra saved by the enhanced
Space
James.
rated.
They're going to go for the base. Ladies and gentlemen, next play, evos takes game 1.
And that's step 1 for nxpe. And man, oh man, what a clean performance and a debut